So, did you find that dry January has gone past in a flash, and try as hard as you might, you weren't able to stick to whatever alcohol-free rules that you had set for yourself? Well, don't worry, because you are most definitely not the only one. And part of the reason, part of the problem is in dry January itself. So I wanted to have a little chat to you today to tell you why it's okay if you didn't succeed at dry January and what you should look to do next. So the thing about dry January and sober October, to my mind, is that they are great tools for people to take the time out to actually reassess their drinking habits and have a real think about if there needs to be a change in the way that they're consuming alcohol. So that, I think, is absolutely fantastic, and I applaud anybody who had decided to take on the challenge of dry January, no matter how well you did at it. On the flip side, the challenges of dry January can be quite immense. If you are somebody who previously had a active drinking element to your social life, then suddenly going cold turkey for 31 days when you don't believe you have a problem can be quite a challenge for a lot of people. And one of the biggest issues with it is that something like dry January encourages people to focus on the end result, to focus on the cutoff date. And I was inspired to do this video after chatting with my best friend who was doing dry January. And he told me in no uncertain terms that come February the 1st, he was getting as drunk as is humanly possible. Now, whilst I have no issues with anybody living their life however they want to, my concern with having an end date of the 1st of February and having that target is that it takes away from the reason why you're doing dry January in the first place. And if all you're doing is focusing on the day when you do get to go and get really drunk, then you haven't really achieved what you set out to achieve. Because yes, your body physically has had less alcohol going in, and that's great for your liver and all your organs and your blood and all that sort of thing. But psychologically is where the change really needs to happen. Now, I am not one of those people who is into scaring you with statistics or trying to talk you into giving up alcohol or changing your life. I don't think that's my place. You know what you want to do, and you're here because you want some reasonable human guidance on it. So, from my perspective, what I would say is that instead of trying to focus on that end date, that February 1st goal, that time when you get to go out and get to get drunk again, is to instead focus on why you were doing dry January or sober October in the first place. Something, whatever it was, led you to believe that you needed to change your relationship with alcohol, even if it was just for a few weeks. But whatever that reason was, that's not suddenly going to disappear at the end of 31 days. It's not going to be that suddenly come February the 1st or November the 1st, you're going to wake up and go, aha, everything is absolutely fine with the world and I no longer have any concerns when it comes to my drinking. So if you do still have these concerns, that's okay, that's fine. Hopefully what these months do is give people a chance to take a break and to really think about why they have those concerns and where they're coming from and what could be done about them in the long run. And that's the key here. I think it's more about thinking in the long term rather than in the short term. And yes, I know when you're in the middle of dry January and sober October, it does seem like a really long time. 31 days without booze, when you're used to drinking regularly, does seem quite intimidating. And that's one of the other problems with it. You know, setting that number, setting that timeline, ticking off the 31 days like a prisoner, marking time on the wall, just makes you think about it all the time. It puts it in your mind more. You know, I've got 25 days to go, I've got 2 weeks to go, I've got 1 week to go. Instead, reframing your thinking to focus on what you're gaining from cutting back on the alcohol for that duration of time is far more productive than focusing on the fact that you're not getting to drink at the moment. So why did you decide to do it? Why did you think that dry January and sober October were a good idea for you? Were you drinking too much? Was it affecting your mental health? Was it affecting your energy levels? Were you finding that your hangovers were taking too long? Was it costing you too much money to go out and drink the way that you're doing? All of these reasons are long-term reasons that are not going to change just because you gave up booze for a month. So if you went through dry January or sober October and you didn't stick to whatever goals you had set yourself, because that might have been to drink less or to drink none or to only drink on weekends, whatever it was, if you didn't achieve those goals, that's okay. I don't think you need to beat yourself up about it. But what you can do now is really have a think about why you set those goals in the first place and why it is that you feel that you weren't able to achieve them. And then what you can do to make those changes so that going forward, it doesn't matter what month it is and it doesn't matter what else is going on. You can take back control of how much you decide to drink, and you can decide when and if you're going to have any alcohol. So dry January, sober October, really great ideas, but they are not the be all and end all of your sober curious journey. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoyed me. I'm Denise Hamilton Mace. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video, because this is a new channel and that would really help me get the word out to other people that might be interested in getting some more information about their sober curious journeys. Don't forget to hit the notification button and get your little ding so that you know next time I drop a video. And it has been really nice to meet you. Catch you next time. Bye.